NBA playoffs have arrived as we kick it off with Game 1 in the East, right here on EA Sports. From State Farm Arena, tonight it's the Atlanta Hawks getting set to match up with the New York Knicks. With my partner, Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Hawks coming into play. They're rested. They're ready to go. And they'll have home court advantage to begin here in Games 1 and 2.
And I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to this series right here. This is going to be a dogfight. We got a couple of teams that match up very well. I can see this one going to length. Yes, 7 games. That's how even these teams are.
Lobs it up, flushes down the slam. Jay, that's a strong connection.
And it's always about the play before the play. Look how the eyesight was able to connect between two players. We call that an eyesight contract. Because when you have a contract that's signed, sealed, and then delivered like that, that's how great plays are made.
Williams to Trae Young. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Shot clock violation. Short jumper won't fall. To Kevin Knox. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. The lead is up to 5. It's the Hawks with the basketball. Trae Young to Williams. Screen coming. Probing the defense. Has a chance. And he scores. Unguardable, Jay.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Short jumper misses. Trae Young to Ken Bazemore. Not that time.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting report.
Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Hawks with the basketball. Trae Young to Williams. Here comes the screen. Down low, Capella throws it down.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
To Julius Randle. And he'll head to the line.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
First one, count it. And he makes them both. Trae Young to Ken Bazemore. Short jumper won't go down.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
It's Atlanta ball. To Williams. Screen coming.
The 2021 NBA Playoffs one-round games and highlights will be coming up next on Devin Smith Showtime Sports in America.
That's good D. Shot no good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
To Trae Young. To Ken Bazemore. Trying to cash in. Deep two there. Won't go.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. Has a look. Not that time. Clint Capella able to recover with the block. Here's Atlanta with the basketball. It's blocked.
You see, that's why you never give up on the play, Ed. You always stay in the game.
Reminiscent of LeBron on Iguodala. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable. And almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Here comes the screen. And stuffs it home. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Williams. Slams it down.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
Let's see what the Knicks can do here. To Kevin Knox. And the reward, he's going to the line.
Look, it's still early. Make your opponent work for those possessions. You don't want to start racking up too many personal fouls.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. Williams across the timeline. They trail by 7. Knocked loose. Nothing going here on that drive. To Chris Dunn. Beyond the arc for 3. Tough shot there for Chris Dunn. No good. Kevin Knox. Gets a shot up off the mark. Dunn to Ken Bazemore. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. To Capella. Here's the whistle. 5 seconds. Back to the basket. Violation sends it the other way. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Has a chance. Rebound comes to Atlanta. Here's Atlanta. Dunn to Williams. Reset here. Let's see what they do. Williams to Chris Dunn. No good. Here comes the screen. He throws it down. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
To Kevin Herter. Screen coming. To Chris Dunn. Trying to cash in. Shot by Dunn, no good. To Kevin Herter. To Williams. On a pass stolen by the Knicks. The shot by Noel off the mark.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
Perfect feed to set up the basket.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. To Rose. New York with 4 to shoot. Going to launch beyond the arc. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Dunn to Kevin Herter. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. Rose. Down low, Noel. Rocking the rim.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing on mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
To Ken Bazemore. Dunn. Down to 5 on the 24. From the outside, no good.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out.
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Hayden. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Hey, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Nerlens Noel at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Not the best career mark, 62%. One free throw up and good. The lead now 14. Hawks have it. Trae Young to Chris Dunn. Down low for Len. Knocked loose. And that's rebounded by Noel. Payton into the front court. They lead it by 14. That pass stolen by the Hawks. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Those shots, Jay, have been few and far between in what has been an uneasy first quarter.
And Ed, sometimes that's all you need. Just get one or two to fall. Find the rhythm, find the rhyme. You got plenty of time.
Screen coming. To Rose. Can't connect.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the
2021 NBA playoffs one-round game one matchup coming up next on Devin Smith Showtime Sports in America. 9 Memphis Grizzlies 1
Rose
Utah
on the drive,
Jazz.
but it won't go down. Dwayne Dedmon rocking the rim.
You can finally see this team starting to get their rhythm and their groove offensively. This is a good run to get them back in the ballgame.
Possession lies with New York. Elfrid Payton against the Ukrainian Len. Stuffs it down with authority.
That's how you punctuate a good first quarter. 3 more left to go, but you've set the momentum for the second.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. 3 at the buzzer is good. And a fitting close to this one. They're right back in it after 1 quarter of play. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. It's the Hawks with the basketball. Here comes the screen. Take stock of the floor. Shot clock winding down. For 3, had made his first couple, but he misses there.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
To Chris Dunn. Rebounds pulled down by New York. Kevin Knox to Rose. Nothing going here on that drive. Rose on the drive, but it won't go down. To Chris Dunn. Almost unlucky bounce.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found
The
their rhythm in the second
2021
quarter.
NBA playoffs one-round game 1-3 Milwaukee Bucks 1-0-1-6 Miami Heat 9-3 final.
Can't connect from in close. Hawks with the basketball. Trae Young to Chris Dunn. Here comes the screen. In the slam.
Right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
Rose. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Here comes the screen. doesn't get the bounce. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Rose into the front court. It's an 8-point lead. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
To Trae Young. Driving right to the basket.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Shot clock winding down.
The 2021 NBA playoffs one-round game 1-5 Dallas Mavericks 5-6-4 Los Angeles Clippers 9-9 final.
But it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Trae Young to Kevin Huerter. Down low for Len. Able to convert inside.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
The possession lies with New York. Rose to Alonzo Trier. Trae Young. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Len trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 70% free throw shooter. Free throw good to cap off the three-point play. That cuts it to a 7-point game. New York in control of the basketball. Down low, Noel. Can't connect from inside. Williams into the front court. Right now, down 7. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. To Julius Randle. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
The 2021 NBA playoffs one-round game 1-7 Boston Celtics 8-4-2 Brooklyn Nets 9-9 final.
They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
To Ken Bazemore. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
New York Knicks basketball. They go down low to Randle. Shot from the lane won't go. The follow won't go either. Follows his own shot with that one. Nice follow-up.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Shot from in close, no good. Now a steal by Atlanta. To Kevin Huerter. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper misses.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
With the fadeaway, burns him for the basket.
You see, the great playmakers see the shot before it ever happens. They recognized how they were being guarded on the previous set, and then they make the necessary adjustments.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Williams to Ken Bazemore. Williams. That's rebounded by the Knicks. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
And so many players, when they come into the paint, they come in with that soft approach. He didn't come in soft at all. He came in with aggression, and he went through the defender. Through, not around. That's key.
Free throw try, off the mark. Williams across the timeline. His guys trail by 13 to Kevin Huerter. To Williams. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Williams. He engulfed him that time.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Oh, mistake there as the pass stolen by the Knicks.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
And look out. Big finish at the rim. This is becoming a runaway.
They're getting to the rim at will, probably because we're watching Matador defense. You probably want to get in the way of your defender if they keep trying to attack the rim.
To Williams. The Hawks with 4 to shoot. 4-3. The rookie, Huerter, unbothered, buries the 3.
There it goes in. The fact of the matter is some players aren't taking that shot on a regular basis, but still have the confidence to make them when you need them to.
To Julius Randle. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Trae Young to Williams. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Julius Randle. Kevin Knox. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Trae Young to Ken Bazemore. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Has a look. Off the mark. Fires the three. Trae Young bothered just enough there. Mitchell Robinson rejects it to Trae Young.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Trae Young to Williams. Lets it fly from long range. Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Trae Young to Williams. The Knicks clear the board. Here comes the screen. Shot won't go. To Trae Young. Williams to Trae Young. Fires the three. Well defended.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Knocked loose. Nothing going here on that drive. Here's a chance from long range. Knocks it down. And Jay, so much better to get that shot beyond the arc than inside 22 feet. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. It's good. At the buzzer. Nice finish and more cash in the bank as we've hit the break. It's halftime here in Game 1. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. The Knicks are feeling comfortable at the halfway mark. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. The Hawks have dug themselves a bit of a hole after 2 quarters. Of course, they still have 2 quarters to turn things around, but it won't happen without making some adjustments. These are the guys getting buckets for the Atlanta Hawks.
Game track. Assists.
The Atlanta Hawks are struggling to move the ball and create good looks for each other. What makes it worse is their opponent isn't having nearly the same problem.
Player of the half.
Noel has been making the competition look silly on the defensive end.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
It's Atlanta ball. Trey Young. To Kevin Knox. Down to Randall. The jumper's off the mark.
They've been getting open looks, makeable shots that just can't find their way in, but it makes these next few offensive possessions down the stretch even more important.
And scores.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Nothing going here on that drive. A lot of contact, no whistle.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're gonna lower the chances of them making that shot.
Has a chance. Lou Williams. Now 3 for 9.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Here comes the screen. That is great vision to set it up. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Kevin Knox. Scores from the post.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for 2.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Knicks with the basketball. To Julius Randle. Kevin Knox. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Julius Randle. Screen coming. Knicks with 4 to shoot. To Kevin Knox from long range. Well defended, but Knox with the 3.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those 3 things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Wait on it. Hey, watch the screen left.
Williams down for Collins. Got it.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To Williams. Down to 5 on the 24. Screen coming. Williams. And that's rebounded by Randle.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
The Hawks will use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this 3rd quarter. Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming.
Take coming, take coming.
5 on the shot clock. Jumper's good.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Here's Atlanta with the basketball. To Ken Bazemore. Trae Young gets it down to Capella. To Williams. 5 seconds to shoot. Beyond the arc for 3. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Screen coming. From the painted area, won't go down. Trae Young to Capella. Williams, they work it to Capella, down low. Missed a wide open look. Randle. To Kevin Knox. Going to launch, beyond the arc. Not that time, he misses. Williams into the front court. His guys down big. Trae Young to Ken Bazemore. Here comes the screen. To Trae Young. Julius Randle pins it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Clint Capella, 3 for 6 now.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
New York with 4 to shoot. Short jumper off the mark. Trae Young to Ken Bazemore. Down low Collins. Not that time. Screen coming. To Kevin Knox. Knicks with 4 to shoot. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He was all over him.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Williams. Oh, errant pass as it's taken away.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Visit our team website for more details.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Williams to Ken Bazemore. Williams. He is yet to hit one tonight. No good to Kevin Knox. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Dunn to Capella. Shot from the lane won't go. Rose into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Able to convert inside.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Williams across the timeline. Down a bundle. Bazemore guarded by Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose snatching it out of the air.
Just incredible timing in that swap.
And count the basket inside.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
Dunn to Capella. Williams. Capella down low. Missed it. How'd that not go down? Rose into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Rebound claimed by the Hawks. Here's Atlanta. Williams to Chris Dunn. Surveys the floor. To Chris Dunn. Deep two there, won't go. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Rose, guarded by Clint Capella. It's a big finish.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
New blood coming in for both sides. Dunn. Couldn't keep it in. It's out off Chris Dunn. Rose. Won't go down. Dunn to Kevin Huerter. Here comes the screen. Wayne Dedmon rocking the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Rose and hits off a killer step back. Deep three at the buzzer. There's the buzzer. 3 quarters complete. The Knicks are way out in front. The Knicks to inbound here to start the 4th quarter, and they have done no wrong to this point. They have this game well in control.
They took control early, and they never let up. The scary thing about this team, if they keep their foot on the gas and then throttle it down, they can win this game by 50.
Rose to Payton. Trying to cash in. The shot by Payton won't fall. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Rose into the front court. He'll run the offense. Payton. Scores from the post.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Dunn to Kevin Huerter. To Chris Dunn. To Williams. for three at long last. He missed his first 5 attempts from beyond the arc, but he gets that one to go.
Welcome to psychological warfare, providing he's not taking bad shots. But if I were the defense, I would let him keep shooting it. Make him think about it a little bit more.
Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. Hawks have it. Dunn to Williams. Screen coming. Sizing up the defense. Nothing going here on that drive. Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Wayne Dedmon with a piece.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
Williams. It was right there. Mitchell Robinson sends it away.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Finds a shoot for Atlanta. He buries it off the step back.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Payton with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Here comes the screen. Can't miss those. Done. The Knicks secure the rebound. To Rose. Nothing going here on that drive. Rosie's shot no good. Another shot won't go either.
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but that's why he missed that easy chipping.
To Kevin Huerter. Done. Rose to Payton. And the finish. Slam dunk. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Trae Young to Kevin Huerter. Has a look. Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready. Let's see what the Knicks can do here. Payton to Rose. Here comes the screen. And finishes strong.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Here comes the screen. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Dwayne Dedmon at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 69% at the line. Free throw good, so they get the three-point play. But it's not much more than a drop in the bucket with the score right where it is. Possession lies with New York. To Kevin Knox. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. 4-3. Shot off the mark. Good defense. Rebound hauled in by New York. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. New York with 4 to shoot. No good. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
It's the Hawks with the basketball. Trae Young to Chris Dunn. Tough move in close quarters with the crossover. Fires the 3 and knocks it down. Jay, for the defender, tough to gamble once the ball's behind the arc.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
From the outside, no good.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Here comes the screen. To Kevin Knox. Knicks with 4 to shoot. Randall's shot off the mark. Trae Young to Chris Dunn. To Trae Young. Won't go. To Kevin Knox. Short jumper misses. Dunn down for Collins. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Short jumper won't fall. On the follow. Way to stay with it. Now the Hawks coach gonna call a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Trae Young, down low Collins. Flushes it home.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
The possession lies with New York. Rose. From the painted area, won't go down. Trae Young to Capella. Navigates through traffic, but can't finish. To Rose. Able to convert inside.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Rose. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Derrick Rose trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 82%. Free throws good as they continue to widen their lead. Hawks with the basketball. Probing the defense to Trae Young. Lets it fly from long range. Rebound taken by the Knicks. Rose into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. They go down low to Randall. Not that time.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Randall to Rose. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Rebound taken by the Hawks. Trae Young to Williams. That's no good. New York in control of the basketball. Rose to Kevin Knox. Curling inside. Working hard on the glass. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Williams to Capella. Trae Young. Missed it. Not much more you could ask for from the defense there.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
It's a victory for the Knicks. They've jumped out in front, 1 game to none in this best-of-7 series. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Hey, everyone. is Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Knicks got the win with a comfortable scoring margin. And the way they attacked the rim was outstanding. Not only is the dunk a high-percentage shot, it's also a great way to test the confidence of the defense. The Hawks didn't get the victory they wanted here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Atlanta Hawks.
Game track. Second chance points.
The New York Knicks did a fantastic job of closing out on the offensive boards. Even better, they were able to convert those opportunities into second chance points. These guys did an incredible job of being assertive once the ball was in the air.
Player of the game.
If you asked him, I'm sure he'd give the credit to his teammate and coaches. But at the end of the day, we know that he's the one that made the biggest impact on this game.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete. But even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Here are the top plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.